Children spend more than 19,000 hours at school, from kindergarten through 12th grade. During that time, teachers play a very important role in their development. Having knowledgeable and responsive teachers can make an incredible difference over the short and long term. With help from children themselves, this video provides key information and concrete suggestions for teachers as they work with students who stutter.
Sometimes I worry about my speech because I don't know what's gonna happen next, and I don't know if I'm gonna stutter on one word or the next.
It's confusing that sometimes you can talk fine without stuttering at all, and then some days it's hard to say anything.
It makes me feel like frustrated and mad and angry.
I think everyone should know, not to pressure anyone who stutters.
The hardest part is presentations or giving an answer.
When I was younger, it always made me feel sad when people just walked away when I was in the middle of a sentence.
Speaking has always been so stressful for me that if I have to speak, I want to get it over with as quickly as possible.
It actually makes me frustrated when I can't breathe.
I'm really scared to talk in school.
And then I get worried what other people might think.
At the beginning of the school year, I was embarrassed when I first met my classmates when I was reading in a group.
I might get mad because I'm being stopped by the fact that I stutter. If I'm talking, if I can't say a word, I might change what I'm saying, or if I know the answer or something, I still won't put my hand up because I know I'll get stuck. Or
when I was having a bad speech day, I would simply just just sit in my seat and not raise my hand, and that's really how I would act.
When I was in probably 5th, 6th, and 7th grades, I was picked on so much about my stuttering. I couldn't really talk to anyone. Most of my friends weren't my friends anymore, I felt like, because they picked on me about my stuttering so much. And there was a time when I wouldn't even go to lunch because I didn't want to sit at a table by myself. So I'd go sit in the library and I'd take out a book and I'd sit in between the aisles and read it until the bell rang.
In math class, I had to say the word negative, and when I thought of the N, I brought my confidence level down, and I didn't want to speak because I knew if I had to, I would stutter. Even though math is my favorite subject, I didn't really like it. I started not to like it anymore.
It's not really much of a problem. It happens, and I just feel confident about, my speech. Even though I may mess up, I'm not ashamed about it, I just keep on going and make sure that I'm heard,
Stuttering is not as big as an issue for me as it was back when I was younger, because after I went to speech therapy, I learned some new methods.
Just don't say anything and be patient.
You shouldn't finish people's sentences for them.
A lot of listeners have told me things like to slow down or to take a breath, or to just say it, just to spit the word out, which really makes me feel bad because it's really not that easy, and they really don't know what a person goes through when he stutters.
Because I feel like that is a speech teacher's job, and and they should not take time out of the class because I feel like I should need to remember on my own. And if everybody keeps telling me I'm going to use them, then I'll never have a chance to try and remember. Just be patient and wait for me to raise my hand and don't fill in what I was going to say.
I don't think I'd want them to treat me any differently because, I mean, I want them to know that I'm not ashamed if I'm having a bad speech day, and they should, just treat me the same. And if I raise my hand to call on me and not, try to make sure not to let me talk, just act normally.
Well, on those days, that I knew I would block during those days, I did particularly dread being called on because I knew for a fact that I would stutter. So on those days, I was fearful of being called on. But on the other hand, I did want to be treated again, just like everybody else in the class. And if the teacher wanted to call on me, I'm all for that. And although, granted, I'm more prone to stutter when they call me that day because I'm having a bad speech day, it helps me to confront the issue.
So whenever we do like timed speeches, they let me have like extra time.
Well, I'm at home, like I'm gonna like try to practice a lot and after I'm up there, I might like tell the class that I will stutter, even though they know, but like just to let them know, like again or whatever.
Only if like the person who stutters wants them to.
I think that when I was younger, I do believe that it is important for the teacher to talk to the other kids about my stuttering. Not really to make it a big issue, but maybe just to let them know that I stutter and that if they do see me stutter, they can know how to deal with it and know why I'm doing it.
Well, we shared a story and we talked about the famous people who stuttered, and we talked about what it was like to stutter and how it felt to other people.
Maybe explain to them what stuttering is. Maybe they don't understand what stuttering is, and if they had a better understanding of it, they wouldn't tease them anymore.
A few boys in my class started to laugh at me, and I just went through my speech and I finished it. Then later, like after class, I talked to them though, and I told them that it was that I had a stuttering problem, and that they shouldn't be laughing at like people who stutter, and I can't do anything about it. It's not my fault.
Let me know my stuttering does not bother you.
Let me know that it's good that I share my ideas in the class.
Let me know it's okay with you that I stutter.
Tell me you're glad that I'm talking in your class.
We hope that you have learned a lot about stuttering, about the many similarities and differences among children who stutter, how they respond to their stuttering, and what they suggest you do or don't do. Please let us know if you have questions, and be sure to check out the many resources on the Stuttering Foundation website for you, for your students who stutter, and their parents.